A national spotlight shined on the problem of food insecurity in Southeast Ohio. With Joe Burrow's poignant Heisman acceptance speech, News at Noon, in-depth reporter Allie Eldredge is here to show us what it really means to not have enough healthy food for families in the region.
Maddie, the reality is 1 in 7 Ohioans still struggle to meet basic food needs, and a majority of those are children. I went to find out why food insecurity is so prevalent in the region and what people are doing to fight it.
For all those kids in Athens and in Athens County that go home to not a lot of food on the table, hungry after school, you guys can be up here too.
2019 Heisman Trophy winner Joe Burrow used his platform to highlight the issue of food insecurity in Southeast Ohio on a national stage. His speech brought a flood of $500,000 in donations to the Athens County Food Bank. Food insecurity is defined as the lack of access to fresh, nutritious food like fruits and vegetables. Feeding America, a nonprofit organization and network of food banks, reports that in 2017, Athens County suffered from the highest rate of food insecurity in Ohio, with 19.3% of the population being food insecure. In the state of Ohio, the average cost of a meal is about $2.76. In Athens County, that average cost goes up to $2.85. 75% of Athens County residents are below the SNAP food stamp program requirement, and most of Southeast Ohio shows similar statistics. Associate Director at the Appalachian Health Institute, Dr. Tiffany Arnold, says a lot of the issues in Southeast Ohio and in the Middle Appalachian region in general can be traced back to industries like logging, coal, and natural gas.
Coal being a non-renewable resource, once it's gone, it's gone. And so once the money's been made off of it, there's nothing left. And most of the time that money does not stay here. And so what happens is that the economy never rebounds. People are usually underemployed or unemployed. And because of that, people will leave the region. And when people leave the region and it's so sparsely populated, there's not a tax base to keep towns going.
Other than not having enough to eat, food insecurity can cause other health problems too. Feeding America says that children suffering from food insecurity are almost twice as likely to be in poor health. There are also higher rates of health issues like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity in Southeast Ohio. Food insecurity contributes to these problems in several ways.
People are left in what we call a food desert, and they're in a situation of food insecurity where either they have to travel more than 30 miles to get to a grocery store, or what they have locally does not offer healthy food options such as produce or fresh meat. It's a lot of times convenience foods like from dollar stores or gas stations or fast food, and then that unfortunately leads to people to have higher instances of obesity and then type 2 diabetes.
To make matters worse, people have a hard time properly treating these illnesses because there's a severe lack of healthcare providers in the region. Some people have to drive hours just to see a doctor. While food insecurity is a difficult issue to tackle and it has no single solution, people across the nation are working together to fight it. The Southeast Ohio Food Bank is a member of Feeding America and serves over 70 food pantries across 10 counties. Development Coordinator David Keller says there are a couple different programs to combat hunger.
Here in the state of Ohio, we're pretty fortunate. There are 2 special food programs set up just in Ohio, the Ohio Food Program and the Agricultural Clearance Program. OFP, or the food program, provides center-of-the-plate, protein-rich, typically shelf-stable food items for low-income individuals. Agricultural clearance is actually purchasing surplus agriculture produce from Ohio or the rest of the country and then passing that on to individuals or our member agencies free of charge, which is a really cool program. We can offer that.
Local families in need can reach out to Southeastern Ohio Food Bank, the Athens County Food Pantry, and Job and Family Services to get the help that they need.
It's one of those problems where you're addressing hunger, but often hunger is just one of the issues that these families are struggling with. So we aim to try and provide them with at least the resources they need to address hunger, and then if there are wider resources, we can act as an advocacy network to help share news and information about that as well.
The Ohio Association of Food Banks is seeking an increase of $30 million per year in funding in the 2020-2021 state biennial budget to support a comprehensive approach to hunger relief. As the federal change to food stamps comes underway, many people considered able-bodied, often those struggling with addiction, will lose their SNAP benefits, and the Association of Food Banks is fighting for them.
As we've seen in Southeast Ohio with the opioid epidemic, getting these people clean, getting them the support that they need while they pull their lives together is critical. So cutting SNAP for them is definitely going to impact our network. And so the Ohio Association has been very vocal about any cuts to SNAP is bad for our country, it's bad for fighting hunger, and it's going to put increased strain on our food bank and the member agencies that we're partnered with.
The Ohio Association of Food Banks is not the only group that is working for the betterment of the Athens community. The USDA's Child and Adult Care Food Program offers school districts federal reimbursement for costs related to providing lunches for food insecure students while they are out of school for the summer. Another local group, Community Food Initiatives, provides fresh produce for the food pantry, manages community gardens, teaches basic gardening skills, and gives away plant seedlings to people in the community so they can take matters into their own hands and grow a little food for themselves. Sophia Lingrel, an Ohio University student and Southeast Ohio Food Bank intern, is applying what she's learned to help people who utilize the pantry enjoy healthy and cheap homemade meals.
We recently had beets at the produce stand, which we have never had before, so we were really excited about it. But I'm a nutrition student, so I have been compiling recipes to give to people on just kind of how to make nutrient-dense meals that are not going to break the budget and they can use supplies from us.
Food insecurity and the issues that follow it can be disheartening.
Talking to a few families, some of them their kids had never had oranges.
But those affected by it are not fighting it alone. There is no simple solution to this complex problem, but as long as communities come together to help each other in need, they can lighten some of the burden people face.
So, I feel like whatever comes down the road for 2020, we're very fortunate. And, we'll be here to meet that because, the people we serve will be here. Whether those resources are there or not, a lot of the people we serve do rely on us to help them get through hard times.
If you're interested in volunteering at or donating to the Southeast Ohio Food Bank, you can get more information on their website at seofoodbank.org.
Thank you, Allie.